I will be describing two types of trash bag holders for 30, 33, and 39 gallon trash bags using half-inch PVC and a fitting. Now, the typical dimensions for trash bags are for the 30 gallon, it's 30 inches wide and 33 inches deep. For the 33 gallon, it's 33 inches wide and 39 inches deep. For the 39 gallon, it's 33 inches wide and 41 inches deep. So in the case of the 30 incher, the total distance around the bag is 60 inches. So that's going to be like the size of the tie wrap. The depths vary from 33 to 41 inches. The two types of half-inch PVC trash bag holders shown here will have a depth of 30 inches, so the bags could touch the ground. If you desire to keep the bag off the ground, each leg can be lengthened by adding a half-inch PVC coupling and a short PVC nipple to each leg. As you shall see, the beauty of these designs is the fact that the tie wraps will be constrained under the top section of the frames. The weight of the trash tightens the bag on the frame. The more trash, the heavier the trash, the tighter it squeezes. I have filled a 39 gallon bag with 250 pounds of water, and the bag broke, but the frame did not break. This picture shows the two designs. The designs are similar in the fact that they both use 220-inch lengths of PVC pipe. And each design uses just one fitting. The one on the left uses a simple T, half-inch T, smooth. The one on the right uses 8 4-port Ts. They both are shown here with a 30 gallon bag empty on them. Both bags have 30-inch legs because one of the two 120-inch pipes is cut in half and then half again, so it goes 2 60 lengths and then 2 30 lengths. So there's 4 30-inch legs in both. The beauty of the left-hand design is that the base is smaller than the top. So when the bag is completely loaded, you unhook the bag from the top section and simply lift the frame off. The frame is very light, so lift it off the bag and then tie it. So that's a very simple procedure. As for the cost, the left design called a 16T, the fittings required are 16 half-inch slip Ts costing 27 cents a piece. The individual 120-foot lengths of pipe are $1.81, so it's $3.62. So the left design winds up costing $7.94. The right design uses 8 4-port Ts costing $1.66 each. So the total price for the second design is $16.90. So the right-hand side costs twice as much as the left-hand side. But as you look at them, you see that there's a lot more cuts required to do the one on the left than to do the one on the right, because on the right, besides the legs, you have 4 equal cuts of 13¼ inches, all the same cut. So you can build this up very quickly compared to this. But this has some advantages besides price, and that's more stable and just an overall better design. In the case of the 16T, the second pipe is cut into one 50-inch length and one 70-inch length. The 50-inch length is cut into 8 equal parts, giving you the 6¼ inch nipples that are going to be used for the top section. The 70-inch piece is cut into 8 equal pieces also, and there's 8 3/4 inch pieces for the base. Both designs can be folded flat like this with two sections mounted and then 4 legs like so, and you could just put a couple pegs on the wall and set those up there and lean against the wall flat. It could be done either with this one where the sections are different, or with the second set where the sections are the same. This shows the 16T, the one on the left, and constructed with nothing on it so you can see the construction. In this case, I put the thing on wheels, so instead of having T's here at each point where the legs are, I use a 4-port cross T, and I inserted the legs in the bottom. I inserted the wheels in the bottom. Now, as a matter of cutting, it's a very, very simple procedure to cut this PVC pipe when you use this cutter tool, PVC cutter tool. It costs about $8 at either Lowe's or Home Depot. But what you do is you spread these jaws, you put a piece of PVC pipe right in here, and it makes a nice clean shear cut. Very easy to do. Here I show the construction using different colored nipples to make the design clear. In your case, yours will all be white. But to show how the construction is done, this is the 16T again. There's the 8 nipples, 6 1/4 inch gray, 8 nipples, 8 3/4 inch black, 4 legs white, and 16 T's. And what you do is you start out by taking the grays and make it into 4 individual pieces with T's in the middle. Same thing with the blacks, the top section. Then you put a T at the end of 2 of them. Then you put it all together, and you have the center section, the small section, the top section, with the small T's, the small nipples, and then the black section with the black nipples, and the 4 legs. This is what the top or bottom sections look like in white, and which one it is depends on which nipples you use. For the white or the small nipples, this would be the top section. For the large nipples, it would be the bottom sections, but the same idea of the design. The T's facing up and the other T's facing out. Continue with the construction. The black is laid on the outside, the gray in the center. You raise up, first of all you put the legs in the 4 T's of the larger section, the base section. You pick up the smaller section, as shown here, and then you attach it to the legs. And the last operation you do is to put the bag on, where you wrap the tie wrap under this T and under that T, diagonally opposite T's, and you take the individual bag and pull it so that the tie wrap goes underneath on each side, so that the bag is totally constrained underneath the top section. This shows that an empty bag in a strong wind will not come off the base. It's totally constrained underneath the top section. Here again is the section, the 16T laid flat, small section, large section, 4 legs. Sometimes, if you have a really big bag, you need a bigger top section, and what you can do is just invert the design. Put the bigger one on the top, and the smaller one on the bottom, and you notice in this case, elbows were used on the corners just for aesthetics. Not necessary. But then you have a bigger section here to wrap the bag under. And if you don't have a tie wrap, remember, you can just poke holes in the bag and just slip them over the ends of those T's, and it'll still be very strong. This shows one of the wheels that I used, where I replaced the T with a 4-port cross T. And any of the wheels will do that can fit inside a 1/2 inch PVC. So I would say if you want to buy wheels, just go to one of the stores with a piece of half-inch PVC and just slip them in there until you see one that fits good, and then just buy that. That's what I did. Here again shows a base where the corners replaced with elbows. Now we get into the second design. The second design uses 4-port cross T's, and there are 8 of them. In the top, 4 in the top, 4 in the bottom. In the case, this case again, you've got 16 inches across here, so there's 64 inches across. Each one of these pieces, remember, got cut to 13¼ inches. 4 same cuts. The T sticking out at the end, so you can wrap the tie wrap underneath this. Just drive it underneath, hold it underneath that, so you get a begin constraint. And this is what the 4-way T connection looks like. And typically, the top leg would come down here. The bottom leg would, one of the bottom legs would go out this way, one of the bottom legs would go out that way, and this is sticking out the side. If you choose to put this on wheels, you just have to move this around to see this T sticking out here. You could just twist this around so the T's going straight down, the extra piece going straight down, and then you can insert the wheels. So you could also put this one on wheels. Also, for aesthetics, if you wanted to, you could replace this with a 3-port T, or it's basically a T with a side entrance, and eliminate this other extra piece here. So those 4 would probably be cheaper, although I didn't check on it. I'm sure it would be cheaper. And then this would not stick out, and you'd have elbows at the bottom. The other possibility. That's the other possibility. I hope that the discussion was clear on how to build these. You can certainly do it very quickly. You will have to pay the extra $8 for the cutter, but it comes in very handy anyway for other things. And if you have any questions, I'll have my email address. You can email me. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.